Okay, let's see if I'm. Says a.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
put me back in there.
Oh, actually, it says. Okay.
I think we're going. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. There we
it's
go.
on there. All right. After all that effort, finally.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I see. It kind of splits it differently on yours. It makes it vertical, but still has the two screens. Oh, I got to turn the background off.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, that's the thing you were talking about. Maybe that's what was happening. But that's cool. I'll just try to keep my art here so it's shows up in that in that area that's shown. So
Yeah.
yeah, that still works. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. It opened it on mine too. It's doing a vertical stream.
Oh, maybe I. It did ask me to select that, and I wasn't even thinking. I just hit what I thought they would default to. So maybe that's my goof up there.
Yeah, that's all right. This still works. Still showing it.
Okay.
It just yeah, you can see on your page.
Oh
It's
wait,
just.
maybe I can change it right here. No, it's locked
Oh
in.
yeah. Let's see.
Won't let me change the orientation.
Uh,
Now
maybe
that
under cam. Yeah, or I wonder if you left and came back in. I don't want to cause trouble though.
let's
Switch it.
try this. Oops. No. Like I'm not trying to hog the whole image.
No, like if you make it fill on yours, I can actually control how much it takes on my end as long as
Okay.
we have it set to horizontal. But right now it's streaming it defaulted to a vertical stream, so it
Yeah.
pinches both of ours into it. Oh, Genuine Comics is here. Hello. He said hello, gents. Sorry, we're doing a little
Yeah.
technical
We're,
difficulties here.
this is first rate production here.
Yeah. I think yeah, he's on your stream, so yeah. We're just trying to get it to show a little wider. Genuine Comics. So it's not so narrow on his. Although I wonder if you would have to like cancel your stream rather than just rejoin. So maybe it's better to just stay with it.
Just stay with what we're doing.
Yeah. Like it won't mess up my stream with the two of us in there, but it might cancel your stream and have to restart it.
Right.
So okay. Well, there you go. I mean, we can see what you're doing, so it's all good. Yeah, actually, the StreamYard updates have been pretty good mostly recently, but
Yeah.
it's just because Genuine Comics and these StreamYard updates seldom make the service better. I've been kind of liking the recent ones, but I think something about with just because the way we're sharing with Rob is I just sent him a link on his phone and he opens it up in a browser. It doesn't quite work like the normal StreamYard setup, so it's a little janky with getting it. Because StreamYard did upload a thing where you can stream in vertical and horizontal now,
Oh,
like
okay.
in the same studio, but have like different settings for both, like different overlays and stuff. But I think maybe it's a little janky for like you figuring out which one to choose and going with it, you know?
Yeah.
So it might just default to vertical since you're on a phone and you might have to manually change it.
I think it gave me an option to choose, and I just hit the first one that was on there in my stupidity to rush to get ready.
Yeah.
So I think I could make it right, but like you said, I'd have to shut everything off and.
Yeah, because I think it sends to YouTube a signal to either stream like shorts where it's all vertical or just a
Yeah.
regular live
Yeah.
stream which is horizontal. So, because I know I can stream to YouTube now myself, and I can have it streamed to vertical and horizontal just on mine at the same time. So
Do you ever, you streamed on Instagram?
yeah, I've been streaming on Instagram the last week or two a little bit, but it's another StreamYard thing, but it lets me stream to it, but it doesn't let me read or leave comments on it.
I was seeing that Instagram changed their settings around so you can't stream unless you have 1,000 followers.
See, I thought that, but I also wrote because it wasn't working for me. It worked once, and then it stopped working all of a sudden for a few days, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I wasn't aware of that. And while I was troubleshooting, I found that, but I had already written to their tech support at StreamYard saying, "Hey, it won't make." Because the way it works with Instagram is you have to put in a stream key from your Instagram account, like create a live one, and then leave that window open and then start streaming in StreamYard. And then once it starts streaming, you have to go back to Instagram and it'll highlight a go live button.
Okay.
So it's like an extra step to make it work. But that go live button would never turn on. Like I had the wrong stream key or something. But I wrote them and like the IT guys wrote to me and like for like a week they were messing with the code. There was something really messed up in the code and they fixed it. And now it's been working fine. But I don't have 1,000 followers, so
Yeah, no, neither do I. I've barely got 500 after years, so I don't know what the secret is.
yeah, I don't know if like maybe it won't let me go if I just try to stream through my app on the phone. But if I go to the desktop and I say create a live stream and it gives me the stream key, it's working. So I've done it like the last 3 times I streamed. So, but yeah, problem is it won't show the comments here in StreamYard like it will for other ones. Because I
Yeah.
could stream to like Kick and Twitch and YouTube and all those, and it'll actually show them in the window here, so everyone can see all the chat from all the different services.
Sure.
But not Instagram for some reason. So anyway, long-winded
Yeah.
description. Yeah. I do have a big fan in Malaysia though. This kid from I think I showed you. He did a fan art of Punish a while back.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's funny. He's sorry. Excuse me. One sec. Got a grunt. Sorry, dry throat. Had to mute and grunt. um, let me get back on screen here. One sec. All right, there we go. But yeah, he's in Malaysia, so you know when I stream late at night, it's like 2 in the afternoon for him. But he's always within like 30 seconds of me going live, he's always there.
You got your
Every
fan.
time. Yep. But then no one else shows, so he's stuck entertaining me all by himself.
That's awesome.
Kind of drawing designs again along this lady's head, trying to get warmed up so I can do some stuff with Cloud. The character Cloud. This giant sword. See, I did. You got to get yourself a waifu that'll co-stream with you.
Yeah, I would. I'd be way into that.
She was gonna play Cyberpunk, which is a little more up the alley of like my art style, I guess.
Sure.
Instead of like Final Fantasy, but it was lagging her computer too much. So when I was showing her feed, it was like all choppy. It was like 2 frames per second or something.
Oh, geez.
So she plugged in her Switch and was playing Final Fantasy, and it worked really good. So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy how easy it is to just get that going.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have a significant other that likes to play in the same sandbox as you and do all the same goofy, nerdy, fun shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, kind of like Isaac Bell,
I don't know.
the Metal Shade guy. Have you not? Don't know who that guy? Anyway,
No.
I've reviewed his book. He's a guy I've known him for a
Oh.
couple years from social media.
If I saw the book, then I'd probably know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not recalling it by name. Yeah.
But he does his own kind of crowdfunders and has been extremely successful with it. And then he met this gal, and then they got married not too long ago. But they've been together for a couple of years. But she writes, she draws, she colors. She's fantastic, and so they're just making comics together for a living.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like, oh, dude, you're like living the dream. And it doesn't hurt that like his girl's like really hot.
Yeah.
She's
As
like
long as
super,
you get along. Like working together could be trouble too. Like
yeah. You got to kind of be aligned. You know, it could have like if you intermingle your professional shit and you're not kind of on the same page, it could be terrible. But they're just rocking it. And
yeah, just hanging
I'm
out
like,
home together is kind of cool. Like I had my first girlfriend, like my first serious girlfriend who I lived with, or first girl I lived with too, and her and I worked at the same office for a while, and so we were driving into work together. We weren't working side by side. She was across the building, but we'd drive in together. We'd have lunch together. Then we'd drive home together, and be home for the night together. You know, so
yeah,
we started really getting on each other's nerves at a certain point, though.
you're like son of
Like,
a bitch.
yeah, well, like it is good to get a little space sometimes. I guess I don't know. It's
Sure.
weird because I wouldn't necessarily say that with Nikki now. Not that our relationship was bad with that girl, but yeah, there was something about like at the end of the day, driving home was sort of my decompression period where I didn't want to talk to anybody or be social because I've been talking all day. You know,
Oh, I
like
get
I
that.
just want silence and music. I don't want to like talk or entertain my girlfriend. You know, so I'd already be grumpy going into it, thinking, oh, well, now I'm gonna have to talk the whole drive home. And then same in the morning, I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to talk. I just want to drive in and be awake by the time I get to the office. You know?
Yeah, I
But
get
I
that.
don't know. Yeah, but I guess it's weird though. Like I don't think those things may not be a problem nowadays. So,
Yeah.
she'd probably go nuts before I do though. So, yeah.
My ex-wife, she like I'm like you. When I worked at a certain location and when I would drive home, it was like a 30-minute drive to work or from. So I kind of enjoyed that drive home because after a day of work, I could just, like you were saying, blast my own music,
Yeah.
take my time. And if the drive took a little longer, that's fine. And
You're
I
like,
just
I'm
kind of
not in the mood to
decompress.
compromise on the radio right now.
But my ex-wife, what I'm getting at is that's how I would kind of decompress for the day. And I sometimes just need it to be quiet,
Yeah.
but she decompresses by talking.
Yeah.
That's how she kind of unwinds. She just kind of like, just, I don't know, verbally dumps information. And I remember coming home and I'm just kind of tired and I'm trying to be a good husband and like, how you doing? And she talked nonstop for like an hour straight. I never interrupted once. She's just got go, 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 go. I'm like, yeah. And it wasn't like I don't want to say I hated it because that was my wife and I loved her and everything was fine. But I was just like, whew, this is just
Yeah.
she reacts to stressors very differently than I do.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm probably more like her now.
Yeah.
Like my wife, she's a flight attendant, so she's pretty exhausted from talking when she gets home because she's been it's like a service job, you know. And
Yeah.
sometimes she'll get home and I'm excited to see her and I've missed her and I have things I want to talk about. So I've I try to remember to check myself when she comes home and not talk her ear off because
Yeah.
she is pretty pretty tired and just wants to be quiet and chill.
Right. Got to just have a minute to just
Yeah.
shut things down and get back into normal mode.
Secret alias 59 says Norton sounds like he's at the bottom of a well. Interesting. Let me see. It sounds okay to me, but let me hear on the stream if it's different. Here, say something real quick, Rob.
Yo, what up?
say something real quick, Rob?
Yo, what up?
I was listening to it on my other device, and
Oh yeah, I heard it too. And then
it
it played
comes
on mine.
through. Yeah, it kind of comes through fine on my other device.
Yeah, it sounds okay to me. Secretalius.
Anybody else in the chat listening? Does it? Do I sound like I'm drowning in the bottom of a well, and you should decide whether or not you want to rescue me or not, or just like
Yeah.
kind of casually walk away like I didn't hear shit.
Oh, that's gonna be telling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That could be
rough. Oh, I
depressing.
don't know. Good luck.
What if they just leave?
I'm actually thinking about getting a new phone. My one of my close friends, a coworker, she went and got a whole new phone, and I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, I gotta update. So
Yeah. I've been thinking about it too. Mine's starting to get a little slower, and battery's not lasting as long. And
yeah, I firmly like. I get
yeah,
battery life, like that's a thing. But
yeah.
the phone's getting slower. Do you do Apple or Android or what do
I
you
do
do?
Apple. Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% believe with all my heart and soul they intentionally upload shit to make it work slower after about a year and a half to make you start thinking that it's getting worse. So then you have to go buy a new one.
Yeah.
This shit works fine.
Yeah.
I baby my stuff. I never drop it. It's never been dropped in water, cracked a screen ever in my life with any phone. And then just suddenly at the year and a half to 2 year, like when I would used to be, it's time to like re-up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just suddenly it starts getting glitchy out of the blue
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
And it
It's weird. I
just
think the
aggravates
batteries
me.
have a pretty specific like life too, whether that's
Sure.
on purpose or not. But I think they do like as the battery starts dying, like the whole system starts working slower. I don't know if that's by design or what, but that's been a
Yeah.
pretty consistent thing too. But
Yeah.
I still have an iPhone 6 um from God, they're up to the are they up to the 17 now?
17 is what my friend just got. And
Oh my
I've been
God.
seeing ads for 17s. Yeah.
Yeah. Um so I still have an old one and like I can plug it in for it to work, but like none of the apps will even open on it anymore. It's so old.
That's crazy.
Um, but it's if I plug it in and start charging the battery, like it'll only a fully charged battery will only last like maybe an hour.
Yeah.
But it's I actually can't even really charge it anymore because I was gonna try to use it as my streaming camera here, but I left it plugged in and it started getting really hot that I like was worried it was gonna explode.
Yeah. So you can see, like, I've got this right here. This is my old phone.
Yeah, yeah,
And I've done the same thing. And I could almost literally watch the battery percentage drop a point every 3 or 4 seconds. The battery is so bad. And on occasion, I've had it plugged in and I would stream or, with this, but on occasion, it would get really hot. I don't know why. So my plan is to take it in and get the battery changed to just keep using it for as an extra device.
yeah, yeah.
But I've had the same like situations like you were just describing.
Yeah, I think if I was thinking about upgrading too, because and maybe just keeping this phone to do exactly what it's doing here and just leave it hooked up as a camera
Yeah.
and then have the new phone. But my phone's pretty old now too, though. I don't like upgrading super often either. But I have an iPhone 11 right now, and this
Yeah.
one's 17, so I think it's like at least 5 years old now. Five,
I
6
don't
years old.
even know what the one that I'm streaming with right here. I've had it for 2 years.
Are you on an Apple or
Yeah.
Android? Oh,
I
okay.
just I don't remember what one it is.
Yeah. They're coming out with a foldable phone this year, I guess.
I've
Or
heard
next
of
year.
those. I'm really kind of iffy on that. Like, not gonna
I've
work.
s-
But
Well, they work. Actually, it's interesting. When I was in Korea and Taiwan a couple months back, like those two countries are really big on like phone technology and gimmicks and stuff like that. So
sure.
they like have the latest stuff over there, and there were tons of people using Android folding phones.
Yeah.
But they do sort of have like a crease in the middle. It's like a dip that's sort of permanent in it.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that, but supposedly iPhone has solved that problem. So I don't know.
I guess my thought is like like I said, I baby these things. I take care of them meticulously, but
Yeah,
there's a certain amount of like um how sturdy are they?
Yeah.
You know, if it just slips out of my hand and hits the ground, is it going to hold together? Now I always have a case on mine, like, you know, my room or my friend who got that new phone, she's had it for about 2 weeks and she still hasn't bought a case for it. I'm like,
Oh,
you're
jeez.
driving me nuts, girl. Like, it's
Yeah.
just sitting here, or it's just in her pocket. She's tiny, so the phone sticks out of her back pocket like halfway. I'm like,
Oh,
it's gonna
yeah.
fall out. You're gonna snap it.
Yeah, I've known people that do that, and I'm walking behind them. I'm like, "How can you, you're gonna. I mean, even if it's a break, you're gonna lose that thing. It's just gonna
Yeah,
fall out."
yeah. So I'm just like, oh, put a case on it, please. You're driving me nuts. She's like, I know I'm gonna. I just haven't done it yet. I'm like, all right, well, I'm having a panic attack over here. So this is
Yeah.
about me now.
Right. Well, I think I've doodled on this. Maybe I should start on my cloud character.
Yeah, all this art you've been doing, man. Like, I say this with no like reservation, but I'm like, and not that I ever thought otherwise,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you're 1,000 times better artist than me, dude. Like the stuff you're doing, like I'm like, this is so good. I'm just blown away by the stuff, and I'm not saying that to just kiss your ass because why would I do that? But I'm like, I'm legitimately like, it looks so good.
Yeah. Thanks for that. I'll Venmo you the $30 after the stream if that's
Hell yeah,
for sending
this
it
is a
because you said
business.
you'd say that during the stream if I sent you.
Wait, we weren't supposed to say it
Oh
publicly.
oh God! I thought I was on the back room, the
Oh
green room.
shit.
Like shit,
Yeah,
because we
that
have a private chat.
the clay face you drew, that's one of my favorite things. Like it has such a natural, organic look to it. I'm like, this is how that character should look at all times. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
like
he's
the
cool. Like body
identifying.
horror stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of fit like the sort of loopy, swirly stuff I've just been doing for
Hmm.
warm ups and stuff too. So it kind of came up. I was like, ooh, that'd be a good one to do. I think.
Yeah, yeah. It's really inspiring stuff, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is this is fantastic.
It is. I don't know. I've just been enjoying drawing so much too. Like it's weird. Like I used, one of the games that I work on at work, Overwatch. I used to come home and play it for like a half hour almost every night when I'd log off work and stuff, or I play a lot on the weekends, just as like a little sort of emotional purge at the end of the day. You can just
Sure.
jump on and play for a half hour, an hour or something, and then I try to draw and stuff like that and try to get things done. But dude, I haven't played the game in like 2 months. I've just been drawing and drawing. I've been having so much fun with it. So
Yeah. Isn't it great when you find that like joy that just takes off?
yeah, like I hadn't had it in a while. The digital stuff I was liking how it would come out, but it felt like such a chore to get there. And then I don't know, this felt freeing, like I'd been freed again out of the cage. I don't know. I mean, it timed out with doing like my friend's little video thing, his professional doodling course, which was just kind of changing your whole mindset that I've talked about. But
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
so
remember.
that kind of helped just get almost like meditative art going, and I think that's part of it. Just the fact that I can just sit and doodle and make marks and almost like be zen and like spaced out on it. It's
Yep.
like that kind of makes it more fun instead of me sitting here over concentrating and trying to get it just perfect and stuff. It's almost like if you're relaxed, it kind of happens naturally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I'm gonna work on Cloud, I need to bring up his reference. Let's see here. Won't be on screen, but I have a little reference board of this dude. There it is. Right. Alrighty. Let's see here. I gotta scoot the camera over so I can try to. I'm trying to look on yours to make sure I stay in the vertical. Zoom out a little bit too, so you can see a little bit. Yeah, it's a trip. So I tried inking a page. These pages, so these are the pages I'm using for my comic now. These are this real quick. I got these in Japan, but it's a Japanese manga paper called Kent paper, and
Okay.
it's A4. It's A4 size, so it's a little bit big. It's kind of like an 8.5 by 11.29 or something like that.
Right.
It's a little smaller than 8.5 and a little longer than 11, like standard letter size. But it's a real thin paper. I don't know if you can see this, but like instead of bristle board, which is probably like twice as thick, but it's got
Sure.
a really nice slick surface that feels so good on like felt tip pens like these that I even use bristleboard after this and it feels too rough. So I just been using this. I bought a whole bunch of it and it's like
Yeah.
it's a lot thinner. So like if people are buying my original art, I mean I know manga people work at this size because this is a manga scale, especially with the guides too, because the little manga books are
Yeah.
different dimensions. You know, they're smaller, but they're also a little bit more. You know, like the width and height is a little, the ratio
Yeah.
is a little
Yeah.
different. So, but I don't want to change that too much because I already did half the book at 11 by 17, so I'm just kind of scaling that down to fit on this sheet and
Okay.
drawing it. But it's gonna be weird though, because yeah, half the book is gonna change style now, and it's this thinner paper. Like people are gonna expect bristleboard or something, and I'm gonna have this thin paper. But I can't give it up though. I like it so much.
Yeah. Hey, when you find that thing that just works, you just run with it.
Yeah. People at cons are gonna be like, "Where's your bristleboard, man? You're crazy."
Yeah. Hey, you
Well, it's
just.
weird to find paper this thin too that won't bleed because I can use quill on this too and it doesn't bleed.
Oh, nice.
Which is surprising. All right, let's see. Cloud. Let's go, Cloud.
How many pages into your book are you?
I'm about, I think it's 18 or 19.
Like
It might be
finished
like
pages?
pretty much. There's a couple, it might be between 18 and 20, but there's a couple or three pages that are like of various sorts, like maybe like need a panel or two left to go on
Sure.
them that I
Sure.
was struggling with. But yeah,
Wow.
about there. So
Again, you might have already told me this, but how many pages are you shooting for with issue one?
I'm shooting for about 40.
Nice.
I'm leaving it a little room to expand it if I want, but that's about it. Because there's actually, as I went through, I think there's a page or two. Like the first half is just kind of the build up, the boring stuff, I guess, per se. But, you know, showing like how his daughter dies, he wakes up in the hospital, how he gets back, how he becomes the Punisher. Or not the Punisher, but how he becomes Punish.
I understand. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, faux pas. But yeah, he escapes from the hospital, goes back and does his taxi driver moment where he shaves his head into a mohawk and dyes his hair, you know. And but then that's when the carnage starts. Then he goes straight from there to the compound where the guys are holed up and all their guards are guarding the house, and he like, you know, fights his way through them and kills them all. And that's kind of the second half of the book, which will be at least like 20 pages worth of just carnage, and that's kind of where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Save for
The
like
fun stuff.
yeah, yeah. So he just got to the house, and like the first couple pages of him like killing the two guards out front are where I'm at. So
Yeah.
but that's one of the pages I withdrew. I redrew too. It's like the first page where he sees them. He shows up at the compound and he's like silhouetted at the end of the driveway, and the guys are like, "Who the fuck is that?" And, like, you know, and then they turn and he just starts running at him like full speed, and they're like, "What the fuck is this guy?"
Okay,
doing?"
yeah. That's the one you just posted just recently, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's
I
so it's
remember the
like
scene of him running, and it gets closer, like a smaller shot, then like a mid range, and then close up on the bunny skull thing.
yeah, because that's the first time you really see it. So
Yeah.
but that's a page I need to add earlier too. I have him kind of go home and like go into his old. He's in his hospital gown where he snuck out from the hospital, and he sneaks into his apartment, you know, that's been empty for weeks and stuff, and he goes in there, and that's where he kind of shaves his head and gets his tools that he's gonna go beat people up with and stuff. And but I think I need to add an extra page of him just kind of remorsing about his daughter and like seeing the shirt that she bought him to kind of drive that home a little more and have him
Sure.
put it on. So just like another page of like home grief stuff,
Yeah.
before he shaves his head, and like showing him just a couple more details with that too, like dyeing it black because
Yeah.
he's got blonde hair in the hospital, like long shaggy hair bearded that he beards off, but then he has a black mohawk, so
Nice.
he's got to dye it at some point. So
Yeah,
literally
it's
could just
interesting
be
how you can lay out
oh,
the whole thing and it seems fine. But then once you get it and you start reviewing it after a couple of flip throughs, you're like, I think I need to add a moment.
yeah, like visually it's not reading strong enough, and try to be unbiased reader, looking at it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like, that's why I do it the way I do it. A lot of people are like, you don't script it before you draw it. I'm like, no, I leave it open for the unexpected or the change in thought or feeling so I can make necessary alterations to make it hopefully in theory better right up until the end of like hit print, you know?
Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm doing with the second half too. Like it's all like kind of fight and carnage and stuff like that. And I have a general idea of everything that happens, and I say like around 40 pages, but I'm trying to leave it open so I can kind of just have fun with it. And like if I'm like, oh, you know what, this pose or this moment like is really cool the way I sketched it out, and I'm just gonna make a full page spread of it instead,
Yeah.
so I can like add pages as needed. Or if I'm like, you know what, this fight's looking really cool, I'm gonna have it go in one more page.
Yeah.
So I have the freedom to add it to there too. So yeah, I think there's probably gonna be about 2 story pages added, and then however many fighting pages I want to add over time as
Yeah.
well. So
If you take it to print, are you going to leave it black and white? Is that the intention, or you might color, or
no, I'm gonna leave it black and white. Yeah,
hell yeah,
doing like the halftone and
yeah.
stuff too.
And,
And yeah,
and
it's
see,
gonna be
that's what
silent.
that for me. I don't like to think about page count in this kind of a situation for the exact reasons you were just talking about.
Yeah,
And taking a theoretical 40-page book to 42 pages, the cost to change to print that is like nothing, negligible.
yeah,
It doesn't add suddenly $100 to add 2 pages. It might, it's nothing from what I've seen. So it's like,
yeah.
why not make it exactly the way you want? So
Yeah,
yeah.
especially if it's black and white too. If it does
Yes.
go up, it won't be as bad. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah, so I'm trying not to worry about that too, and like I'll kind of cross that bridge when I get there and just finish it. However, I'm not going to try to. I mean, other than keeping the dimensions consistent for the book size, like
Yeah.
the comic pages, I'm just kind of just being like, I'm just gonna finish it however I want. I'm not gonna worry about it. Then if there is a weird page count thing or something, I'll deal with that when it's done. I'll either.
Yeah.
'Cause I
But
know
it's
some
not.
printers too. They have deals for like 48-page books, 56-page books,
Yeah.
24-page books. I'm like, well, if I need to up the pages to get one of those deals, then that'd be even better because it's like, oh, I need to add 5 pages. Like, well, cool. Maybe like Rob could do a pinup, or Chuck could do a pinup,
Hell yeah.
or I could do some extra pinup art or something, or
Yeah.
whatever. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Hey, see you in the comments on my stream. John, how's it going? Ice Cream
Oh yeah.
Cat, how's it going?
Oh yeah, I just saw it pop up a couple minutes ago. Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, a couple people lurking on mine, but one might be Secret Alias, who was here earlier. But I said your vocals were a little weird, but not sure. Sounded good to me, so not sure what to do. Wow, that's gonna be a really buff version of Cloud. He's got this huge shirt. He's like a kind of like a twink. Yeah, he's kind of like a thin fanboy usually. And I'm drawing him like all buff. Right. It's Final Fantasy Returns, like Dark Knight Returns when they're all older. This is like middle-aged Cloud instead of young femboy Cloud. He's got dad bod now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about middle age. My 49th birthday is coming up in about a month.
Yeah, you basically the when you wake up the next morning after your 50th birthday, your belt notch goes up 2 holes automatically. It's
Son of
just
a
genetics.
bitch.
Yeah.
I'm already too.
Yeah.
I'm already. I can't. No.
Does feel like that though, man.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 40 felt like that more. It felt like all through my 30s, my body still like was okay and stuff. But then as soon as I hit 40, it felt like overnight. I was like, oh, now I'm actually starting to feel age stuff. You know?
Yeah.
This is harder now, and my metabolism's weird and aches and pains and
Yeah.
what the hell?
I'm like, oh, I don't like this getting old shit. This is
Yeah.
not awesome. My friend I was just talking about that bought her new cell phone. She just last Wednesday turned 30. Fuck, I can't remember if it's 34 or 35. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm so old. I'm like, I mean, I get it, but boy, I would trade that versus staring at 49.
Yeah. Same.
That the clock just keeps ticking. It seems to get faster every year.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's faster. It's like, damn it. I want to go back to when summers seemed like they were way too freaking like the end of the summer I was almost ready to go back to school because I was starting to get bored and run out of stuff to do. Even though I didn't want to like go to school, I was just like, I need something to do.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Oops, I'm probably off screen again here. There we go.
I don't know if you saw. Do you follow the Top Cow page on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
They had put out this. I saw it, and then Chuck saw it, and he sent it to me. He's like, "Hey, this might interest you." But they were like, they were selling these art prints by Silvestri of the design sketches, like a single sheet of these sketches of the Darkness, the Witchblade, and the Angelus. And it's just kind of slick, nice art prints of his work. I'm like, oh, I might want that, but they're selling them for $30 a piece.
yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I don't want to spend that money on just a sketch. And I just kind of screenshotted them. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they look really cool, but I know that if once I spent that money and then I get them and I get to look at them one good time, I mean, like,
Yeah.
now that I've seen them, I don't know that I wanted to like I wanted to get the Witchblade and the Angelus one because the Darkness one kind of looked fine, but it's just like it just looks like the Darkness. It wasn't. I'm not a huge fan of the Darkness character,
Yeah.
but anytime Silvestri draws a female figure, I'm on board with it. And these things looked really awesome. I'm like, not $60 plus shipping.
Yeah. You know another thing I noticed? There's who is it? Shoot, what was the book publisher? I think it's the ones that does the Art Adams ones. Shoot. I was gonna order a book through them. I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
But it was one of the like art reps that has reps a bunch of artists and they sell original art as well as their books and stuff.
Yeah.
But I went to order a book. They had like a Black Friday deal, but then like the final price was so expensive. It was like a $30 book was going to cost $47 to get delivered because shipping was expensive, but also they charge an $8 packing materials fee now. I was like, now I got to pay for your packing materials and the shipping? It's like, dude, come on, man. So I just couldn't do it. It's too much. Yeah, because there's a new Art Adams 2025 con sketchbooks that's like 56 pages of art and stuff, and I was gonna order that, and it's a $30 book, and I was like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a $47 book to get delivered.
Yeah.
So,
I guess Chuck got that. Did you get the same thing? The Art Adams like pencil sketch thing?
Yeah, the prelim book. I have the
Yeah.
hardcover version of that. It's actually really awesome.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, it's actually worth it. I think the only reason
Oh,
I
I'm sorry. Can you hold on a second? I think someone's knocking at my door.
yeah go for it.
Hold on a second. Hi, Liam. Is someone knocking at the door? Hi. She's not here. I don't. What do you want her for?
Well, hey, Ice Cream Cat. Sorry, we we were chatting. Gonna send some maple syrup. Isn't there like a maple syrup mafia up there, kind of?
That's none of your business. It's okay.
But dude, send me some. If you're sending Rob some, send me some. But yeah, it costs way too much. Plus, I mean, are you allowed to right now? Because Canada's sort of boycotting the U.S., which I'm not necessarily against.
All right, I'm back.
Cool.
I just shooed away some religious folk.
A what?
Some local Mormon guys are showing up, trying to just like, hey, we got records of someone living here that might be Mormon. We just thought we'd check in on them. Like, none of your fucking
please.
business.
Like, you didn't have any records of that. I think we missed him, but Ice Cream Cat came by from Canada, and they said, "What's up, Rob? And who's your friend?" Yeah. They send you maple syrup, but it costs too much.
Yeah, right.
It does. Plus, Canadians aren't going to ship to us anyway, or travel. We're in that American boycott right now. No alcohol sale. No American alcohol's being imported, and
oh, is that still going on?
I think so. I don't think anything's changed with the tariffs and stuff, so same thing. I still can't order anything from France or Germany.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. There's a couple books I really want. All those foreigners are going to get it before me because I can't order it.
I'm still salty about that Silvestri Batman book that was like a French edition. I'm like, I don't know how the hell that thing exists, and it wasn't shouted out to the heavens. Like, I didn't find out about it until it was sold out and done.
Yeah. It was a weird printing thing, though, too, because I had found out about it and ordered it before it was released.
Yeah.
And then it sat on my French Amazon for months, and then it just said it's sold out, and basically the order disappeared after a while.
Oh.
Like I hadn't had one, and then if you go to the book, it just says sold out. So, wonder if maybe the print run didn't go as planned, and they didn't get the stock they thought, or something. I don't know.
That's so weird because I would imagine that it would be like a huge seller, and
I
do you
wonder in
think that?
France though, because it's an American comic there, and
Yeah.
they're probably competitive against their own French comics and stuff, which are pretty amazing as well. So
Yeah.
competition, but yeah, I don't know. I wish they'd do American versions, but I guess those don't sell here, or I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't understand why they wouldn't make a version of that damn thing available here. Like,
Yeah.
but to be fair, there was that Silvestri interview. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't watched it yet, but I have it bookmarked.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I enjoyed it, but he seemed to allude to the possibility of an artist edition coming up, and
Ooh.
he wasn't talking
Not
about
just black
what
and white,
it
but
is.
an artist edition. Wow.
Yeah, but I bet you it's the Batman stuff, which I would honestly, personally, rather have his X-Men work or Wolverine, or even his 90s stuff. Like, I like the Batman stuff, but you can kind of find it in black and white here and there already, and it's kind of been like, I just want to see some of his old stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll take anything.
Dude, I would love to see even just black and white ink print of his old X-Men stuff, like oversized.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just want to see
100%.
some of his old pencils too. Like, it's like it doesn't exist. It's weird.
Yeah.
Can't find it. I
You
don't
know
see
what
it on auction pages. Nothing.
and I think I did come across on Facebook. There's that Wildstorm page. I don't know if you're a part of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm eagerly awaiting that Aaron Weisenfeld and
Yeah,
was it
the Bennett book, right?
Oh, and the Bennett. Yeah, yeah.
A guy got on there and he showed that he had from, I think it was something that they were handing out at comic conventions back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
But it was a book from Wildstorm that had pencils of Travis Chare's Wildcats work and some J. Scott Campbell Danger Girl stuff. And he took a couple of pictures with his cell phone.
Yeah.
I have never seen Travis Charest pencils anywhere. They just don't exist.
Yeah.
And here's the
I've seen
book.
them occasionally, but they look like the inks. They're so tight.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They were very tight. I screenshotted them, or I saved the ones he took. But I was like, my dude, like these are hard to come across. I was like, is there any chance that you could scan these into a high resolution scan and like make it available to email out to people?
Yeah.
And at least one other guy was like, I second this. And the guy's never responded ever, you know. But I'm like, this is something I've always wanted to see. But you're not wrong. They're so tight. He uses such a hyper thin pencil line.
Yeah.
Leaves no room for like hiding your bullshit with flashy shading or smoke clouds or, it's like, it's right there to see. And
Yeah, like
but
Richard Friend loved inking them, but I would have thought it would be really boring actually.
yeah, that's kind of what I was
super
thinking.
clean.
It looks, you could almost just take the pencils and just Photoshop, change the values, and almost get the same effect.
Yeah. Like it feels like it'd be a real chore trying to make sure it's super clean to match his pencils without screwing them up, and that would be
Yeah.
your whole job as the inker, you know. It's weird how did you used to watch Richard Friend's videos?
I did. I kind of bummed out that he's kind of stopped
just,
doing
like,
it for whatever
stopped out of
various
nowhere.
reasons.
Yeah. Like what's he even doing for work anymore? I don't see, like his whole Kickstarter book died out too. Like that was such a huge deal. It was like a sure thing, and now
The Blaster Kid.
yeah, whatever happened with that?
I know I was like, I cannot wait for that. The images that he put up,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is some of the most beautiful stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah. I wonder if there was some sort of weird fallout with that Kelsey guy too, though. He was kind of a flake from what I see. He used to go several weeks where he couldn't get a hold of him, and he would talk about
yeah, I saw that too, and I'm like, man, I would be on board with this. And if
Well,
I
he did
couldn't, if I couldn't
Oh,
make
sorry.
it, you'd at least hear from me, like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he he did a crowdfunding book too of all his sketches, that Kelsey guy, through Fun
Yeah.
My Comic, which is a shitty service because I bought a book through a guy there too, and he didn't deliver either. But Kelsey never delivered his either, and they just kind of went silent. And I haven't seen
Yeah.
Kelsey streaming or anything.
Right? Yeah, just vanished.
Yeah.
And I'm as a guy who then suddenly picked up doing the same kind of thing myself. I'm like, I mean, we've all got different priorities and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that stuff. I mean, I guess that's kind of how I found yours originally. I think I already was aware of your stuff before I spoke to you through Chuck,
Sure.
but I'm not sure now. It's a little wishy-washy now
No, I get,
how
yeah,
it
yeah,
all
yeah.
came together, but I was
Yeah.
definitely seeking exactly what you were doing with your channel too, because of that absence of Richard Friend's thing, you know?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I even remember one time he took a suggestion. I think he was talking about, I'm, looking for suggestions of stuff to look at. And I suggested he look at the Alan Moore issue of Youngblood, like the one that he did. And he did it like within 2 or 3 days.
Nice.
So, I enjoyed it. I really, in fact, I remember thinking whenever I would start my channel, I would think about how he started his. He starts his stuff out when he'd start his videos. He's like, hey, this is Rich.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
what's up? This is Rich. Yeah.
kind
Totally.
of-
I know exactly what you're talking
you know what I'm talking about. So I kind of did a similar issue, like, hey, it's Rob, because I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
about. Yeah.
And so now I just defaulted to just, hey, thanks for joining me. And I'm like, if I ever started a podcast, that should be the name of it. Just, hey, thanks for joining me or something
Yeah.
like that.
It fits though, because yeah, I know that about your channel now too, and it's perfect. It's like a great.
Yeah.
I welcome that start. It's like,
Just as for lack of nothing, I didn't know what else to do. So I just started, because I kept thinking like, I need to come up with like a catchphrase or something.
no,
I'm
that
like,
sounds more natural, which I think works better too.
yeah. And that's, I've come to be like completely fine with, because it's working. So,
You should say, and thanks for stopping by.
and thanks for stopping by. And go fuck yourself, San Diego. A good show all around. Everybody. But yeah,
50% of the time it works every time.
yeah, right. It's like one of my favorite shows. Every line in it's quotable. And then
Yeah,
part
it's
two
so
was
funny.
like, I watched it once. I'm like, well, I don't ever need to watch
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah, it was not good.
Sometimes that magic only works the one time.
Yeah, they wait too long to do them too. Like it just becomes like it's like they're cosplaying of themselves at that point. If you wait,
Yeah.
like more than 10 years to do it. Everybody's changed and they're so disconnected from that character. You almost got to do them back to back if it's going to really work. Because even they're so aware of like the fandom from it now. They're almost like, well, now we have to act like that character instead of just acting and it was that character.
Yeah. And Will Ferrell, he's one of those guys where I'm like, he's either like perfect in a role or I can't stand him.
Yeah.
And like Anchorman, so he did these 3 movies. He did Anchorman, Talladega Nights, and then I think it Blades of Glory.
Yeah.
Which all kind of have a similar theme of like he starts out as a guy who's kind of at the top of his game. He's already the best, but then he loses that and has to refine that magic again. Like Talladega Nights, I love that movie, but it's kind of the same formula. Like he's a top racer and he kicks ass, but he has to be humiliated, kicked down, and then come back to and I think they're funny as hell.
That's actually one of the only Will Ferrell movies I don't like is Talladega because
You
I
don't
really
like
like all
that
the
one,
ones.
huh?
I mean, it's okay, but yeah, I like everything he's done with John C. Reilly. I just love so much, but I don't know what it is about Talladega. I don't
Yeah.
dislike it, but I don't
Sure.
go to it to rewatch. But I've seen, like Step Brothers, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Memorized. I've seen it so many times.
I love in Talladega Nights this little piece of shit kids and the way that they get those kids to like be just little monsters. Like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Or my favorite line, like I die every time. They look at, I think it's the grandpa, but one of the kids goes, "Geez, Grandpa, you look old. Are you gonna die today?"
God, little shits.
I don't know why that makes
Kids
me
would
laugh
say
so
that
hard.
stuff too.
Are you gonna die today? Yeah.
You suck gonna die.
You're gonna die?
Oh.
But yeah, I miss Richard Friend. I wish he'd come back.
Yeah.
I was into him, and then of course the kayfabe guys, they had a monopoly on all kinds of stuff, and that went the way it did. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just glad I found a little corner for myself in this world that's kind of working, and
Yeah.
it's
I
fun.
think you've got a good personality for it. You're a funny dude. So.
I never think I'm funny, but people say I am.
You are though, man. It's like a king. The best king is the one that doesn't want to be.
Right.
You don't realize how funny you are, just naturally are. So like you're really good at it. You don't even have to try.
And I find if I try to like structure it, it just doesn't work. I just have to turn the camera on and just go.
Yeah.
Don't think about it and just let it kind of happen.
But even
And
some of your timed clips you've been putting in sometimes are fucking funny, man.
those are fun. I've enjoyed those. They're kind of an insight into my random brain where it's like I'm just re-listening to my own recording, and then I get this like, oh, wouldn't it be funny to see this? And I'm like, well, go find that clip and insert it right in there.
Yeah, some of those like I know the clips, and I'm like, how did that even pop into your head, man?
I still laugh. If you saw the last Snake Eyes one,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
I did this bit where at the beginning ish, there's a part where the main bad guy is fighting one of the random GI Joe guys that showed up. I was talking about how the bad guy in just the last panel of the last page of the previous issue had this super evil sword in his hand.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's fighting this guy, and the sword is just gone. But the bad guy's like thrusting his fist out there. It looks like it's supposed to be in there. And so I did it where
I think I did see that.
yeah, and it's like he just fucking forgot. And then I cut to this little clip from this old show where this like cartoony guy that just kind of takes a deep breath and goes, duh.
Yeah, I think that's one of the times I was thinking that too. I was like, oh, I know that clip, but how the hell did that
Right.
old ass clip pop into your head?
Right. I thought it was so funny. And then I kind of forget that it's in there. And when I've rewatched it a couple times, I laugh out loud myself.
Yeah.
Just the loud duh.
Yeah, I definitely get like a like while I'm watching it.
Oh.
Humor is best when it comes naturally, says John Apple. Yes, it's true. Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
what's up? Yeah, I was just kind of Mark Domowicz is here now too. He says, "Hey, friends, I didn't know you were co-streaming today."
Oh, is Mark in that?
He's
He
in
in
mine
yours?
actually. Yeah, he hopped in mine.
Mark's a
means he likes
traitor.
me
I don't-
better.
He's not my friend
Yeah.
anymore.
Thanks for coming over here, Mark. That guy
Yeah.
Rob sucks.
Yeah.
You gotta welcome home here, fellow hater.
Truth is truth. And then in that same video, I did that part where I did the repeating punch clip.
Well,
Where
that's the one. That's
Yeah.
exactly the thing I was thinking of.
it was
yeah.
the
because it kept coming. You kept bringing it back and back and back.
Yeah.
I was just laughing.
it's the robot chicken bit where it was Joey Fatone from the Backstreet Boys or
Yeah.
NSYNC, whichever one he's part of.
Yeah.
But anyway, and it was like Liefeld just likes to punch, and I cut to it, boom, and punch,
Yeah.
boom, punch,
Yeah.
boom. And I'm like, oh, that worked out better than I thought it would.
Yeah, it was perfect. I
So
loved
I'm
it.
trying to throw in one of those like once a month where I take the time to kind of find something.
Yeah.
So just trying to mix it up.
Well, Mark's trying to save himself, but I don't know if I should defend him because I kind of like that we're on the same team now. But he said he clicked the first link the algorithm gave him. So I don't believe it. I think Mark just likes me better. But
That's
you know,
probably true. And you know what?
can
That's
choose
fair.
to believe what you want. You know, I don't have that many people on my channel, so I gotta take what I can get. And
That's
embrace it
fair.
And hold them hostage and not let them leave.
Be my friend.
You're here. You can't leave. Stay. Yeah, like the psycho friend, the psycho lonely friend who has no friends, and they're like, they make you stay.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird. Like I don't have a lot of viewers, but I'm just trying to get the library of content in there, and I'm sure over time it'll hopefully start building. But
Yeah.
it's a little weird sometimes to only have like 1 or 2 people stop by over like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But, I'm also trying to push the social media algorithm a little bit here because there's a couple artists I like that follow that had really good results by just everyone knows like the sort of daily posting on it with it helps, which is really
Yeah.
hard to do. But since I've been doing all this analog stuff, I've been getting like 1 to 2 pieces done almost a day. He says, Mark's like, yeah, Rob's channel is huge now. He can afford to give some viewers to you.
There you go.
Like, on loan. It's on loan. Thanks. Oh, John Apple, AV54 says, Stephen Platt is fun to ink as well. Oh my god. That's another one, though, like, different reasons as Sheree, but, Sherest or Sheree, but it seems like Platt would be a nightmare to ink to me. Like, it looks really cool, but, like,
Yeah.
it's stuff like all the hatching you could probably get in a rhythm, but then like some of those ones that just have bullets and stuff flying everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you could spend 3 days just inking bullets, and it's like, would that be fun? Like, could you get in the zone with that too, or would it drive you crazy? I think
Yeah.
I'd
I'm
probably
not
go
going to
crazy.
shoot myself
Yeah.
at a
I
certain
mean,
point.
some people dig that though, and they can probably just get in the zone, but the repetitive stuff like that kind of gets to me, and I don't do well.
I think that complicated, like hyper, it's cluttered art.
Yeah.
I think if I would be trying to do it, I'd be worried that keeping all the various elements clear, not just having it turn into a mush that just blends together when
Yeah.
there's so many lines and all that detail everywhere. I think it takes a specific kind of hand to keep it making sense when you finish it.
Yeah. I'm not sure he cared about that when he was inking his own stuff.
Like,
But
I
it's
will get
funny.
it done.
Yeah. But the thing is I kind of like the stuff he inked over himself the best, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he's inking his second plat piece tonight. Awesome. Are these new pieces, or are you inking over like pencils you found of some of his older stuff? John Epple.
I'm pretty sure he's doing older stuff. I saw him post up the finished new one, and then the second one he's about to start. It's some of his
Okay,
older
cool.
stuff. Not that I'm trying to speak for the man.
Yeah. That's cool. That'll be I have to check that out. I'll have to go check out your Instagram, dude. Um but yeah. What piece are you doing currently of Platts, if you're able to describe it? This stuff's pretty iconic, though. I tend to know
I'm one of those guys that actually the version of him I like best, or the work of his I'm most interested in, was his Soul Saga stuff. I just was into that book.
Mm,
It was like a dumber, simpler version of Battle Chasers.
yeah.
But the sci-fi fantasy thing, the imagery was there. It wasn't quite the exaggerated silliness of the Prophet stuff.
Mm,
I liked that. I was into it a lot, and then he just stopped, and it was over.
yeah. Old Scansy's gone. Okay, cool. Oh man, I keep going off the page here. People probably haven't seen what I've been drawing for forever.
I know it's hard to make sure
Yeah.
keep it in frame.
Like in the horizontal one it is, but for your vertical one it's a smaller field, so I've been trying to keep it there.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, my buff Cloud character's name is Cloud, so it's not a cloud that's buff. Let's see here. How long have we been going, actually? Oh wow, we've been going over an hour.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah, it's time flies.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say probably like maybe about a half hour. I'll probably have to wrap
Sure.
up.
Yeah, that
But
works
I
for
do-
me.
Yeah, like I might even end up streaming again later, but I gotta like do some things before the day's over.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
still
yeah.
night out stuff.
I get it.
Streaming's been kind of fun though, even if there's no one there, because I just have headphones on and it helps me stay focused
Yeah.
a lot of the time. So, but yeah, it was interesting doing the combat that was in Youngblood Battlezone. Oh, okay. That's what he's inking now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I can? Might even be able to pull it up on my other phone right here. Let's see.
Was it
Oh,
the one
yeah.
with the monk? Oh, is it the single like one from Battlezone? Okay, let's see. I
Can you
think
see that?
actually- Let's see. Hang on. Let me get back to the window. Sorry. Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. Okay. Oh, it's kind of blurry.
That's super
Oh, there
clear.
we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, that's fun. That's cool.
That's a lot of line
It's
work.
got a lot of bullets though.
Yes, it does. Look at that. Bullets
Yeah,
everywhere.
it's exactly what I was thinking of too. But yeah.
That sword in
Yeah.
the background looks awesome. The handle.
Yeah, yeah.
See that? That looks wow.
Yeah, he drew cool like details like that, like the dirt and like scratches and like nicks out of swords and stuff and the handles and everything.
Yeah.
Versus Rob's, which is just that two-line little skinny fucking handle. God, I hate it.
Yes, just the worst.
That's cool though. I'll have to yeah. Well, I can't do it because I'm streaming. My phone is my camera right now, so I can't go and follow you on Instagram. But I'll try to remember afterwards because I want to see your other one and the progress on this one. John. Let's see here. Let's see. I streamed my Spotify on YouTube all last night too, and I didn't get copyright struck. So I don't know what causes it.
But you didn't have to struggle with it that time?
No, because it's weird. Because I'm tired of like the royalty-free synthwave and stuff. It's all starting to sound the same. I think partly because a lot of the channels I used to listen to have started playing like AI created synthwave, and you can kind of tell because it's like it has like the standard sounds of synthwave, but then the song is just kind of bland, you know.
Right.
Um, I mean, I guess I've listened to enough that I'm starting to recognize it, but the so I've been just kind of playing Spotify in the background or like DJ sets, but the other day I was playing a just a DJ set in the background, and YouTube like turned off my feed.
Really?
Like I think I might have told you this, but yeah, it like it didn't cancel my stream. The stream was still running, but if you went to the stream, it would say this channel has been like disabled or something because of playing copyrighted music or something. But I got a message on YouTube or an email. But if I click on it, the stream's still going, and it's saying that basically, yeah, no, the drawing boobs was on Twitch. They actually banned me for 24 hours. But YouTube for the music, because Mark's like drawing boobs again. But no, with YouTube, yeah, they just turned off the feed, and then when I looked at the email, they said you're playing copyrighted music, so your stream has been disabled. But if you turn off the music, then it'll recover. So I did. I turned off the music, and then like a minute later, the stream came back up, or the
Wow.
feed came back. The stream was still going, like it was still counting down and stuff. So, but then I turned it on again like two more times, and it turned off within a couple minutes. So I had to just leave the music off for a few places.
Yeah.
And that was a DJ set. It wasn't even like big known songs and stuff. But then last couple nights I was playing Spotify, like it's playing like known bands and stuff, and it didn't do anything. So
Yeah.
I don't know how to get away with it. If I were streaming to only Twitch, I could, because there's a method to do it in Twitch now that they have built in. You can actually stream to two different audio channels on Twitch now. But it won't work with like the multi-stream software. But
Yeah.
you could stream to Twitch on their main channel with all your audio and everything, but then you can play the music on a second audio channel, and it'll live stream live just like normal. But then when it gets saved for the replays, the music isn't in it, so it's just silent. It's just your
Oh,
voice.
okay. Yeah.
And that's how like I guess a lot of streamers just play Spotify, and they can pretty much play whatever they want on there now because of that. It won't be in as long as it's not on the VOD, which I do. Even last night, I got a little copyright notice from Twitch when I streamed on there for the Spotify, but all it said was, it's not a copyright strike, but we can't show the video on demand unless you edit it, and we silence the parts that have it if you want to put it back up. But we just basically, the way to deal with it is you're not getting a copyright strike, but we disabled the feature that automatically puts your live streams up publicly for video on demand right now. Right now,
Yeah.
they're just hidden once you finish, which like that's fine on Twitch. So
Yeah.
Daniel Barry Sports Highlights says happy Sunday. Hello everyone. Hello.
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, for my YouTube thing, I'm always playing copyrighted music, and the algorithm for YouTube, it just always just basically says that I can't have my thing monetized, which is fine because no one's going back to rewatch these. So it's not like I need it monetized for replay after the fact. And on occasion, there's certain songs where it's like it's blocked. And so I just have to go into some settings and after the fact, and then it will mute. It has a function where it can keep the audio speech portions, but mute the song portions.
Oh, interesting.
And so I'll just click that and it'll scrub that out. And I might have to do it a couple of times for the same stream just to make it rewatchable. Because on occasion, people do go back and watch it once or twice. So I just try to keep everything playable. So I'll have to go back every time and kind of do that little correction. But it lets me just keep the stream as it was and visible and even have the music playing most of the time.
That's kind of crazy. You can actually differentiate the music and like get rid of it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just
the whole thing.
yeah. It says it's like you can either mute the entire section that it's caught, or it can just erase the music out of it. I'm like, oh, all right, let's do that.
Yeah.
I kind of like having these live streams. It's kind of for me in a way. It's like almost like it's like a little time capsule of me that can be preserved.
Hmm.
And depending on how long they're able to stay around, like part of me is kind of like, if I were to somehow, like, say I accidentally die in a car crash tomorrow,
Yeah.
there's some, like, all my videos and then my live streams are 2.5 years of, this is a big chunk of who Rob is.
Yeah.
And my friends or family, I know that I would want something like that if someone close to me, here's something that they did and they were passionate about. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because
You
like,
know,
well, my dad died a little under 2 years ago, and I saved all his voicemails,
yeah,
and I actually saved them off my phone, and I have them on my Dropbox now and stuff, just so
yeah,
to hear his voice. Just him
exactly.
saying, "Hey, Jason, just saying what's up. Can we call back?" Just even if it's just that, I just like
Sure.
the voice.
So yeah, I never had that thought in my mind at first, but like I was even telling my roommate, I'm like, if I just somehow were to die in a car crash, this is the passcode to get into my phone, because for family or whoever who wants to know or see, like, I like, once I'm dead, I don't care what they see on my phone. Not that I have anything I'm embarrassed about, but it's like, this is
Yeah.
this is who Rob is. And I want people to be able to access that without struggle.
Yeah. I go
So
in other artists that have live stream archives too. I'll go and look through them because it is like art demos though too. Like you can go through, and if there's a page you remember they drew and they have it as an old live stream, I'll go watch it. Like I won't necessarily always just sit and watch the whole thing real time, but I'll kind of skim it, and it's still pretty cool
yeah,
to have.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's kind of what I hope mine will do too, is just building the library and stuff. Back when I'm a superstar and people want to see everything I've ever done, they'll just come to my archives and
Hell yeah.
um I was gonna say one more thing. No, I forgot. Let's see here. But yeah, I have a little bit of replay of my live streams though too. Like even if I have a stream that only has like 5 people come by while I'm streaming for like an hour or two, if I check it a couple weeks later, it'll have like sometimes 20 to 30
Yeah.
views after the fact. So
Yeah. I just like having that available, because some of these live streams, I've talked about personal stuff. There was times where I was like, there was one time when can't remember how or why it come up, but there was a conversation about how and why I ended up getting divorced. And so I kind of like told the basically the whole truth of the whole thing, and where I felt was my fault, where I felt it was her fault, and blah 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 blah. So
oh,
it's
I
not
gotta go
all
find
about
that
just
now.
art. Like, I get personal sometimes, and when I feel like it's
Yeah.
kind of, I'm just in the mood to just talk like that. And so there's kind of a little record here, and I like having that. I've always thought about, for my entire life, I'm like, I wish I would have journaled or taken video of things to just preserve. I always wanted to, like, I had this great idea when my son was born. I was going to take videos of myself, of stuff to say to my child. So when he's like 16, 17, 18, here's a video when you were a brand new baby, and here's who your daddy was when you were born. So you can see 18 years ago who I was, and you hear me talking honestly about, whatever I'm talking about then, and just it's kind of like that's something I would love to have. If I could
Yeah.
have some kind of like a
It's something you can tell
audio
your son in
video,
the visiting room at the prison, like, this is who I was before
right?
I became a criminal, son. And not just kidding.
But I would love to have something like that with my dad or my mom, even,
Yeah.
But I'm like, I always kept meaning to do it, and then I just never did. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that next week. I'm going to start doing that. I just never did. Now my son's 13, and I'm kind of like the point of it was to show him stuff when he was just a baby, like sit here, have me there holding him when he was just a brand new little baby, and like,
Yeah.
this is what life is like when you came into our world and how important you were. And I just thought you'd find it interesting. Is here's a gift where I can give it to you on a jump drive when you're graduating high school. Here's like a archive of our lives.
Yeah. That would have been cool. Now you have to fake it.
I know, right? But then I
Oh,
get
Daniel
selfish.
Gonzalez is here.
Yeah. Hey,
What's up, dude? Sorry, not to interrupt
Dan
you.
Gonzalez.
Yeah. And Mark said these videos are a great gift for our kids, though. DIJ and spread eagle stuff notwithstanding.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's, you know what? There's a
When
little
the
part
kids
of
are
me
old
that's
enough
like,
to watch it, they'll like it. I'd like to see
yeah,
that humor from my dad.
right? Yeah, that exactly. I would like, you know what? That sounds like dad.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, dude, my dad never knew it, but like when I was in high school, I used to we had the old rotary phone. There were no smartphones. There weren't even like wireless phones, and I used to be able to pick up the phone in the basement. Because the whole house is on one line. So if someone's talking on one phone, you pick up any of the other
Yep.
receivers, you can hear it. And I used to be able to pick up the one in our basement without anybody hearing. So I used to like always snoop on my parents' calls and like listen in.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just a little. I never learned anything crazy, just
Yeah.
when he's talking to his buddy. But it's one of my most vivid memories of my dad now too, which I love. Is like he was on a call with his friend. He had gone on like a work trip with a couple of his friends who he also worked with to California to work for a few weeks. And while they were here, they went to see um what's the one with not Ivana Trump, but Vanna White, um where she turns the letters,
Oh,
Wheel of
Wheel of
Fortune. They
Fortune?
went to see Wheel of Fortune, and it was like during its heyday too, and like Vanna White was still like very young, probably in her 30s and stuff, because I was a little kid for this. And I just overheard my dad with his friend, and they were, talking like dudes, like locker room style, like talking about how, they were talking about how fun it was and it was cool. And then they started talking about like Vanna White's tits and
Yeah.
stuff. And he was just to hear my dad saying the word tits and stuff,
Yeah.
and like sort of talking like a dude, sort of like, kind of inappropriately for around a woman, but for two dudes in private,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's pretty standard. And I just love having that vivid memory of my dad because it's like a not a dad memory, it's like just a guy like me
Yeah.
memory, so
Yeah.
I thought that was
I,
cool.
I would give anything. Like I fantasize about having a time machine and going back and it just basically Back to the Future, going back and meeting my parents because they knew each other in high school. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
mine
would
too. They
love
were high
to
school
know.
sweethearts. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would love to like get to know them when they were like 16-year-old kids, and just because I know my dad was he was a hell of an athlete. He was an amazing basketball player, and he always wanted to get into like the theater. Like he could sing and he liked to act and he liked to perform, and his hyper religious mom would never let him and just
Oh
restricted
man.
him from it. It's like I want to go back in time, like Back to the Future style, and like tell him just fucking go be part of the play and go sing and play
Yeah.
basketball and do all this shit that you want to do. But that's also part of why my parents got married at like 17, so they could just get out on their own and do whatever the hell they wanted, which what they started doing is pumping out kids.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we can fuck. I don't know what birth control is, but let's just start doing this and having babies, whatever.
Shit, what happened?
Yeah, wait, so we got 5 kids. Maybe we should
Yeah.
stop.
Oh, we got this dumb kid who just sits reading comic books in his room all day.
Right? But yeah, the point I was getting is that I would just love to be able to go back and just know my parents. I mean, I want to say both of them, but it's no disrespect meant to my mom, but I kind of want to know my dad. Because my mom, I kind of know who she is. She's kind of always been the same sweet, kind-hearted soul. And my dad, life was kind of rough on him.
Hmm.
And I kind of would like to know what he was like as a kid,
Yeah.
and to see what that would be like.
Yeah, I would have liked to know my dad, like his young adult, like his Vietnam days, kind of like
Yeah,
not to see him fighting in Vietnam and stuff, but he
sure.
was in Vietnam, but he would talk about him and his buddies because he still would annually go and hang out with his Air Force buddies once a year. All the guys that were still around, there was like 7 of them, and but like because he's told me some stories that were like they were like crazy, man. They were like going off base at night when they weren't supposed to in like Thailand and stuff, or
Yeah,
even in Vietnam and stuff where they were stationed, and like they go into these like shady areas to try to get what they called, well, like they could drink a lot there. They called it bot beer, which was like the the money was a 1 baht, and that was like probably like you know half a cent in American dollars back then. It was like
sure.
so cheap, and like for a I think it was for a bot as well. If they went into these shady areas where they went, like you could like get kidnapped or shot as an American serviceman doing this. But um, they would go and buy weed, and you could buy a full newspaper-sized sort of cone thing, just kind of rolled up like a cone, a whole newspaper, filled to the top with weed, and it was like 1 baht, which is it's probably like 50 cents or something.
Right.
So yeah, like just to see him taking, and it was really risky and probably really stupid that he did it. And like there was one time they got, I actually didn't hear this story from him. I sort of half heard it from his wife later, but they like got chased by like these monks who were like trying to kill them or something. So
Holy
they
shit.
like got into some trouble. Uh, yeah, so it would have been cool to hear more stuff like that, but he didn't
Yeah.
really tell me a lot of that stuff because I don't know. I mean, he was very mixed on his memories of Vietnam though, because he was one of those guys also who, when he came back after his service, um, all the hippies were out front like spitting on him and yelling at him,
Yeah.
and it just, it kind of broke his heart, and he went home and like threw his uniform away after that, and
Yeah.
he's still a proud serviceman who served and everything, but yeah, he's very conflicted on his feelings about just Vietnam and the aftermath and just talking about it and everything. So,
Oh,
and he never really
sure.
got deep into it with me, so which I can understand.
Yeah.
Him and I got along too, but we were never like things were always a little bit awkward with us, even though we were close and spoke every day. But
I get that.
yeah,
Yeah, my dad told me this crazy story of when I was in my 20s when he told me the story of when his dad died. I'm like, how did I not know this? And so I mentioned it to one of my sisters. She's like, oh yeah, I knew that. I'm like, how the fuck did I not know this story? And it's like this horrifying story where he was 10 years old. And so I'm thinking, like, I've got a 10-year-old in the living room right now.
yeah.
So a kid that age. And my dad's dad, he smoked cigars like nonstop, and he had lung cancer. But I
While
think
he was smoking, or he got it after.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I just kind of
I
always
guess probably
assumed,
not relevant, but
Yeah. But he also, if I remember correctly, he had tuberculosis.
hmm.
So he was taking some kind of medications for the lung cancer and the tuberculosis, but one was canceling out the other unknowingly.
I'm
And
blowing
so,
smoke while you're telling this story too. See,
right. And so he tells me this story of how he got woken up by his mom, like in a panic, because his dad was sleeping in a bed in the living room because of his medical conditions. It was just easier to do it that way.
yeah.
And he said that his mom woke him up in a panic and said, Johnny, get up, hurry. And so he goes out into the living room, and his mom's saying, go find help. And this is like 3 a.m.
Ooh.
It was super late at night. And he said he looked over at his dad, and his dad looked at him, and their eyes met. And he was bleeding from his lungs. And every time his heart beat, blood would gurgle out of his mouth.
Oh
So
God.
he says their eyes met, and then his heart beat. So their eyes met, heart beats, blood comes out of his mouth. And so my dad took off out the front door, 10 years old, running into the neighborhood, knocking on doors at night, looking for help.
Oh my
And
God.
by
It's
the
so
time he
scary.
found somebody and they got back, his dad was dead.
Oh my God, that is traumatizing.
It made me cry hearing this. And then I think
Yeah.
about what if that was my 10-year-old outside running around in a panic looking for help? I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
And then he was left with just his mentally ill mother to raise him.
Oof.
She was like undiagnosed crazy, crazy woman. And that's why my dad, and hyper religious like Jehovah's Witness. And
Oh.
so that's why he wasn't allowed to do anything. And when he met my mom, because my dad was taking guitar lessons, and the guy teaching guitar lessons was my mom's dad. And so that's how he
Oh.
met her. And they just clicked like instantly. And then they were inseparable in high school, and they got married and off they went. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. But
Hmm.
God, I'd love to know my dad as a kid.
Yeah.
But
It's funny. My dad and mom were high school sweethearts as well. They were together all through high school, and then she went off to college and broke up with him because she wanted to go solo Royal Oats, and then he got drafted.
oh shit.
But then while he was drafted, he was stationed in Japan for a while afterwards, and he started writing to my mom again, and she came out to visit him, and he proposed to her out there, and they were together ever since. I think they kind of
Oh,
realized being apart. But it's funny, while she was gone in college, she or he was back home in the neighborhood. She lived like down the street from him too. They all lived nearby, and oh, this is the stuff that your kids will appreciate hearing later, dark as it is. Yeah, true, Mark. Yeah, this stuff's interesting. Um, but yeah, he so while my mom was in college and she broken up with him, he started dating a friend of hers that lived up the street, this woman Janet, and they dated for a bit, and Janet was like in love with my dad, but yeah, my dad, I think he'd already sort of been corresponding with my mom, and then he went off and they broke up. Nothing real serious happened. They just dated for a little while.
sure.
And then, the rest is history with my mom and everything. But then my mom died like 20 something years ago, and so a long time. And my dad was living in Florida, and over Facebook he reconnected with Janet after like 40 years, and
Yeah.
they were married a year before he died. So
Oh,
living in Florida, so
that's pretty interesting of him to like be into her, and then she wanted to go off and kind of do something else, and that kind of is heartbreaking, but to still kind of be able to look past that and connect later.
yeah, like they weren't. You mean
The,
with my mom, or
yeah,
with
yeah,
Janet?
yeah, yeah. If I understood your story right.
Yeah, I don't think he was too hard. I mean, I'm sure he was bummed, of course, because they were into each other, but they were also young too, and I think he kind of understood, and they probably had a discussion like, "Hey, yeah, I'm going to college, long distance. You should
Okay.
party. You might get drafted too. You never know." So yeah, and so they decided to try it out, but then yeah, they realized it wasn't working. So, or they realized they wanted to be together.
Yeah,
That's why he was out there. So
that's good to hear, because it's one of those things I like to think about is like my parents have been together their in almost their entire lives, and they're still together. There's been hard times, there's been struggles, but they
oh
made
yeah,
it through.
long term marriage is
Yeah.
got its bumps in the road for sure.
So it was hard for me to get divorced because all I wanted was to just be in a house with my wife and my kids and just grow old together and have my boys grow up and happily with mom and dad together. And that's not in the cards anymore. It's
Yeah.
not going to happen. But so
Yeah,
it
it's a
hurts.
weird hiccup.
It's hard to kind of process that, but
Yeah.
you just,
That's it's
yeah.
tough when it's not what you had planned.
Yeah.
My girlfriend I had for like 10 years that I moved down to LA with originally. I thought I was going to be with her for the rest of my life too, but then we ended up breaking up after like 9.5 years, and I lived in LA, and yeah, then since then I've met my wife like several years later, and we'll definitely be together. I think it's actually it's kind of interesting. I was like, well, there's no one I'll love as much as like this first girl and stuff. Hopefully I'll find some happiness in the future. But now it's kind of like, well, shit, that actually wasn't the right girl because that pales into comparison to what I feel now.
Right.
So, but who knows? Maybe she'll leave me tomorrow, and I'll be single, and I'll be streaming. I'll be doing 48-hour streamathons because I have nothing to do except
Right.
travel and stream. That'd be
She's like,
depressing.
I heard your stream and I heard you
Yeah.
talking about it. And I figured there's a good time to break the ice. I got something to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
Nah. I think we're good. We've been through some heavy things together and even
Yeah.
had some like almost like nuclear moments that should have probably ended the marriage, but we worked through it, and
That's
I think
awesome.
if we got through that stuff, I think we're pretty solid that we can. I'm sure there's going to be some other major bumps in the road over our lives, but I think we can, rather than ending it all and running away, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
So it helps that we don't have kids, though. That actually
Mm,
adds a whole new kind of perspective to every decision you make, too.
sure. You're the second person to tell me that today. Just had Shocula. I posted something, some kind of like, I ran into my ex. I almost ran over with a bus. And he's like, that's funny. I just ran into my ex-wife just in the grocery store just last week. And I was like, was it an awkward, like, did you just ignore each other and walk by each other? Or did you stop and go like, hey, how you doing? How are things?
Yeah.
And he said, she asked how the cats are doing. And he's like, oh, they're good. They're fine, whatever. And he's like, it helps that we didn't have kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that makes
Mark's like, come for the comics and drawing, stay for the parent tragedies and divorce.
right. He's like,
I
wait
know.
a minute, what the hell are we?
That's so good. I mean, we're not being like overly dark or depressing though, and I think it's definitely relatable stuff too.
Yeah.
And it helps me not think too hard about what I'm drawing too, so I don't stress out over it.
Just
That's what I'm
kind of
saying with yours
zone
too.
out.
Like you're like saying, "Oh, your stuff's awesome," and you draw all this stuff, and then your stuff's awesome. Like the whole kind of mindset I've been talking about that I get into, where I sort of half pay attention and almost try to like subconsciously doodling and stuff. And mine tends to be like all weird shapes and marks and stuff, whereas yours is more like formed characters. But I watch you drawing while you're doing it, and you're sort of in that same zone. Like I think you've just done your style enough too that like you can just bang it out without thinking about it, because you've done this whole page without stopping, but you haven't paused your talking at all either. And I see where you've ended up, and I'm like, holy shit!
I know what
From
you
where that
mean.
was an hour ago, It's
Yeah,
like,
I kind of, the streaming kind of creates a different situation where you can just kind of zone out and just kind of just start making the figure and just keep working at it. And
yeah,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
it's like you can kind of just tune out and it flows, out of your
Yeah.
subconscious kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, John. I keep calling him John Apple, but it's John Apple.
I keep seeing it and almost
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Kids are an expensive hobby, said the and Mark's like, I kid. I think this is good and entertaining. I'm drawing with you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I've been wanting to do another co-stream with Nadius and Mark too, who are both drawing machines, man.
Yeah, they
I
are.
talk to Nadius on Instagram a lot too. We just haven't worked it out, but maybe I'll. Definitely over the holidays, I want to try to hit you up, Mark and Nadius, because I have like 2 weeks straight off over the holidays, and I could do like a late night stream during the week or something when it's afternoon for you guys. And
I work.
actually, Mark's in my time zone, but for Nadius, he's in Australia, so
Yeah, it's way off.
yeah, he like says hi as I'm turning off my stream at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm just getting started."
Yeah. I work next week, but then the week after that, I got another 9 days off. So I'm like,
Oh, sweet.
last time I took a vacation about 3 weeks ago, because I got to burn up all my time before the middle of December. So that's why they're kind of close
Oh,
together.
yeah.
But I spent 9 days doing nothing.
Yeah, I love that.
I drew
Especially
a
over the
little here and
holidays, I
there,
hate
sure.
traveling. Yep.
But I think of all these things, I should have done this or that or this. And so I'm like, all right, I might have to get my shit together a little bit and be productive a little bit.
Mark also said, "Dude, Rob is a pro at drawing live. It's wild." Yeah, it's true, man. Unfazed.
Well, it's also why I choose to like do something that's not super complicated with like hyper detailed buildings and backgrounds and stuff. It's just drawing figures standing there. So
Yeah.
it requires a little bit less, a different mindset that doesn't require a lot of focus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll save
Mark's
that
like,
for when I'm on my own.
yeah. Adam Brooks like, I need 9 days off so bad. Yeah. Mark's like, sounds good. It's hard for me to draw live, but I'm willing to conquer my fears. Yeah, that's what you said last time, Mark, too. And I remember the stuff you were drawing on our stream. I mean, God, it was probably like a year ago now, but time flies. But your stuff was awesome. So
Mark's way better than he gives himself credit
yeah,
for.
exactly.
Did you see that video of his book that I did on my channel? It's been like a year and a half or so. It's been a while, but have you seen that book he made?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you sent me the digital version, Mark. So
Okay, yeah.
I've read it all. Yeah.
It's amazing for a first
Yeah.
time effort. I'm
I
like,
know. I
dude,
was like,
you're
what the fuck?
yeah. I'm like, you're secretly like a professional artist and you're under a pseudonym and
Yeah.
you're just fucking with me to keep yourself a secret. This is too good.
Yeah.
Specifically with like the design of like the pages and the letters and the credits and ads for books that you can't order, which is kind of inspired what I'm doing. Like it's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. I love that stuff. It's so cool. Um. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm actually one thing that's cool about game companies working for them is they always take big holiday breaks at the end of the year. So like I'm gonna have let's see, let me look at the dates here. I'm gonna be off work from the 23rd until the 4th of January.
Nice.
So that's almost 2 full weeks. Um, I could have
Which,
just taken that Monday off and had like a full 2 weeks, but that Monday's going to be so chill and I don't have to use a vacation day and I'll just work from home remote, and then I'll be done for the week, so it'll be chill.
yeah, what are you going to do with yourself with all that time?
This, you're looking at it. I'm going
Right,
to work
right
on
here. Exactly.
yeah.
I'm going to
My
draw.
office is really cluttered, but otherwise I'm going to work on Punish a lot over that time too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mark's like, your video is awesome. He keeps watching it. Nice. Doesn't every company do that? I mean, I don't know, because I know some people, like even in the film industry that I've worked with, like sometimes they'll be off for a couple days at Christmas and a couple days at New Year's, but then they're working the whole time. Like there's even people who were like, if Christmas is on a Thursday or even Thanksgiving, they're off that Thursday, but then they gotta work Friday, which sucks.
Yeah.
So I've had those in the past too, where like you just one day off for Christmas, like on a Wednesday. It's such a
Yeah.
bummer to go back to work.
Well, that's where I
Yeah.
work. I work at Home Depot, so they're only ever closed 2 days, and that's
Yeah,
Thanksgiving and Christmas. And every other day it is open, and you're there.
yeah. Oh, Mark's like, am I just spoiled with you working in games? Yeah, I think we're just spoiled now. But at the same time, I feel like I've earned it this year though, because I've been doing overtime since like July, in one
Yeah.
form or another. So I'm still in overtime until December 17th, basically, is when they said approximately. So it'll wrap up just in time for the break the week before. But it's not quite as bad. We were doing 60-hour weeks before, now we're just doing 50, but it's still with the commute and everything, it just
It's a
takes up the
lot.
whole day. And it's hard to do anything. Like I can't go to life drawing sessions. I can't like do a stream at night because I just get home too late. So it's still enough time that it screws up anything else I was doing. You just basically
Yeah.
it becomes a work day only. There's no extracurriculars, which is fine occasionally, but it gets to be a bummer after a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Like I've had enough of this shit.
Yeah. Especially now because I've just been having so much fun drawing and stuff. It's all I want to do. So get these comics finished. So, but I did finally finish a freelance thing I had going. My last freelance project had been kind of being strung along. It was a cool thing, but it's just so not my style. I actually drew this guy's doing a Kickstarter where he's manufacturing a toy of the Mighty Orbots, which is like, if people aren't familiar with it,
I
it's kind
remember
of like
that.
Voltron. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like an old robot. They had a cartoon and five robots formed into one and stuff. And he's actually making the toy with all the individual characters and they fit together.
Wow.
So I did a pinup of the character to put up on his Kickstarter when he launches it soon. And yeah, so that was pretty fun. And he's a cool guy, and I like that stuff. So, but yeah, it's, I mean, surprisingly, not surprisingly, really hard to draw those robots, man. Like every
Yeah.
little detail, like just, I was making revisions and it'd be hard. It's like, oh, it's just a bunch of boxy stuff, and it couldn't even be a real crazy pose because it had to be real similar to what the toy could do. He didn't want to have like some crazy dynamic pose that the joints of the toy couldn't do. So he had to give it kind
Right.
of a cool, basic pose of him standing there, and that's it. But it's just, yeah, like even slight perspective makes a lot of those details really hard to get right because it's so hard surface, and it's also clean because he wanted it to look like the old cartoon anime art, so it had to be real thin lines and no rendering and stuff. So yeah, it was actually really hard to get it right. but it was cool to do. But I also was like, man, I just want to finish this so I can doodle in freehand, you know.
Yeah, you want to get
So
back to the shit you
yeah,
like to do.
yeah. So I'm stoked I did it. It was really cool, but I'm also glad it's done.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't think I should show it yet though because he probably wants to wait to
Yeah.
show on the Kickstarter soon. So, but it's funny too. Like I found out he has basically terminal cancer now,
Oh, Jesus.
and he wants to get the Kickstarter going before he passes. And we worked out a deal to pay for it. You know, he was going to pay me for the art and stuff. But I told him, I was like, dude, I don't even need payment. Just I want one of the toys from the Kickstarter. Consider that payment. He's like, that's cool. So I worked out that deal. Because I felt bad even asking for payment at this point. I was like, dude, this is like it became your. I mean, it wasn't intended this way, but it kind of became your dying wish. And I'm like, I had to just do it
Yeah.
as a favor. But also, as he's getting his affairs in order, I think it feels good to just pay someone for their work too. You know, like
Yeah.
a friend mentioned that to me too. He's like, well, you might think you're doing him a favor by saying, don't give me anything, but it probably feels good to be like, you did work for me and I want to pay you off. And it like satisfies that, you know, paying
I
you while
get
you work,
that.
not taking advantage. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I figured it was a good compromise too. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you know, I'm happy to do the art. It was a cool project and I would actually really like one of those toys too. So
Yeah.
I'm totally down with that as payment.
That's rough though to get that kind of news where like
Yeah.
you got this and there's nothing can be done.
Yeah. It was a bummer. I hate that.
Clock is ticking, so what do you do with yourself?
Yeah. Because like
Ugh.
I originally talked to him and we made the plans and worked out the deal. And then I did some sketches and there was a big long period where I didn't hear anything back, which was fine. The whole thing was going to be very light deadline wise anyways, which is another reason I said I could do it. And yeah, then after a while, once I finally heard back, he's like, so just want to tell you something. I got this going on and I'm not going to make it. I was like, wait, what?
Jesus.
I mean, he was in good spirits too, but you know, still like,
What do you do, right?
yeah,
You're
I
like,
was like,
well,
holy shit. Speaking of this guy now too, and like knows the end is coming. So yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
He's a good dude though. He's got a wife and kid, and he's trying to set up for them
Oh,
and stuff. So
see, that's the part. Like I've pondered, like, what if suddenly I got that kind of news, and like I can sort of imagine how I would handle it, what I would do, but the only part of it that I cannot wrap my head around of is my kids and having to tell them and what they would go through, and it makes the thought unbearable.
yeah,
So, like, if it's just me and, and then, all right, I'm just gonna start pondering existence and my own personal kind of thoughts on life and while I can. But if it's my
yeah,
kids, that fucks everything up.
definitely. Why the fuck do I gotta use a ruler here? Can I just use the line tool in Clip Studio? Just kidding.
Yeah, but at least this thing I've drawn here, I can just light box it on the next live stream. It's just kind of setting myself up for content for next time, and I'll pencil this
Yeah.
up and then I can ink it on another one. And
Oh, I was maybe leaned a little away from it. It's probably better now, right, Mark? You said my voice was a little quiet. And I tend to mumble while I'm drawing too. Well, I might actually need to wrap it up here though in a sec.
yeah, it's a good time.
I'm gonna do a little zoom in on this dude.
That looks awesome.
Isn't that pretty cool? I was ruling out his sword there. His sword is so trippy with the details. It was making me think of it though because it had such a specific design to it, and it's like boxy. So I'm like,
Yeah,
you can't just draw this loose wispy sword. It has to be all hard surface and 3-dimensional, and it has to look right. So
it looks good.
thanks, dude. Yeah, dude, I can't believe how far you got on that page. It's awesome. It's a cool layout with those dudes too.
Yeah, well, it's just a ripoff of Youngblood #2.
Oh,
This was Prophet, and then the other characters. So I just took that basic pose and just lumped them all together. Just something to draw.
yeah. Later, I can't wait to watch your new Youngblood video.
Yeah,
The retail version is a different. I do this so you won't have to.
yeah. Because it's like there's supposed to be new pages in it. So I'm like, well, let's see, let's compare. Like, is it worth it?
Oh, so it's supposed to have new pages from the direct market version?
Yeah, that's what I was told. So I was kind of like, all right, well, let's see what's different, and I won't spoil it for you.
Yeah, I'll see. I can't wait. Cool. Oh, the Blood Force Comics has been live this whole time too.
Yeah, he was doing a stream earlier. That guy's a streaming monster. He wrapped up his
Yeah.
crowdfunder yesterday, and
Yeah, I wanted to jump on for his crowdfunding ending stream, but I saw it announced, but I was out and about and I didn't get back till he was done. So I was like,
yeah,
when I got home, I got the email saying that it taken my payment for it,
yeah,
and I was
yep,
like,
they
oh,
got
and
the
then
money. Yeah, I got the same
yeah,
one.
and the live stream was done. I was like, dang it, I wanted to
Yeah,
kind of be there to be like, congrats, dude. I
yeah,
mean, I don't know him or anything, but I haven't chatted with him much, but I just kind of know him through you. But yeah,
sure.
yeah, I completed yesterday, Mark, like around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I think, Pacific time. Um, but yeah,
Yep,
all
he
right. Well,
made
this is
about
loud.
$1,000 over his goal, which he was
Cool.
trying to get to a stretch goal to be able to pay a guy to color it so he can have the book in
Yeah.
full color, which he made it.
Oh, he
So
did. Awesome. I
yeah,
was hoping he would.
yeah.
Cool.
So he gets to have it colored.
Sweet. This back in. All right. I have to slap Johnny behind the ear too. Use the loo, you know. So it's a good time to end it. I have to tinkle. It's tinkle time.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good
So
time. I can wrap it up. I gotta go check in on my
yeah,
kids.
cool. All right, man. Well, thanks for co-streaming with me,
Yeah,
and let's
absolutely. Thank
berate
you.
Chuck for not coming in. That son of a bitch. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, thanks everyone who came by to hang out. I'll
Yep.
catch you later too, Mark. I'll hit you and Nadius up maybe about next couple weeks. We could try to do something on the weekend. Um, Adam Brooks says, "Good work, boys. Thank
Yep.
you very much."
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
All right, man. Catch y'all later.
Yep.
Bye bye.